This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Dunedin News, City Hall considers its plans and budgets for the year ahead, and ratepayers are invited to have a say. A planned upgrade for the physio pool hits a snag, so it's reopened its doors to the public. And vintage enthusiasts are treated to an exhibition of another kind at the Hocken Library. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. The Dunedin City Council is about to cement its plans and budgets for the next financial year. Staff have prepared a new annual plan which councillors will start considering on Monday, but residents still have a part to play in shaping the document.
Planning for the city's future. The Dunedin City Council's next annual plan has been revealed, laying out proposals for how money should be spent. Staff say it's a business as usual plan, serving as a continuation of the council's long-term strategy.
In the past, whenever we do an annual plan, we've effectively completely redone our long-term plan. The government made some legislative change last year where they said they wanted us to take all councils to take a more minimalist approach to those two plans that fall in between every third year where we do the long-term plan.
At the crux of the plan is millions of dollars worth of public money and its proposed allocation. Bidrose is confident the council's in a good financial position to deliver the plan, following a successful 5-year austerity drive.
As we've managed to get our spending reined in and found quite a good number of efficiencies, different ways of doing things, we've actually freed up a little bit of headroom for councillors to do some new things, because we have to keep improving our city too. You know, we have to keep making it a place that people really want to live.
The additional money means proposed community assets like a new Mosgiel pool and wider Peninsula Road are up for further discussion. The council is no longer required by law to seek public engagement on the plan. That's something councillors and staff say is beneficial.
The plan is to do a full consultation document on anything that is a change from what was in the LTP, and this year that'll be going out to every household in the city. So there is a pretty keenness, particularly from the councillors, to engage the community, tell them what they're doing with the community's money.
Public consultation documents are scheduled to be sent out by the end of March, once councillors have finalised the draft plan. The entire process has to be finished and a new budget adopted by the 1st of July. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Highlanders head coach Jamie Joseph is leaving Dunedin at the end of this year's Super Rugby season to work in Japan. Joseph confirmed the move during a media conference at the Highlanders headquarters early this afternoon. He says making the decision to leave the Highlanders wasn't easy, but it's the necessary progression in his career.
You never leave a job satisfied, and this has been it's been one of my best jobs I've had, really, as a coach anyway, and it's really hard to leave. But I want to improve as a coach, and I think I've left it or leave it. Well, my goal really is to leave it in really good shape.
Joseph is in his 6th season with the Highlanders, last year leading the side to its first ever Super Rugby victory. The 46-year-old once played for Japan, including in the 1999 Rugby World Cup. His earlier All Blacks career spanned 30 matches, including 20 tests. Dunedin's physiotherapy pool has reopened for the year after renovations were postponed. The pool was meant to close for 3 months over summer, but trustees were unable to get approval for planned upgrades. Now they're waiting to hear if the work can go ahead.
Recovering in the water. Residents are enjoying the city's only therapeutic pool after its month-long closure. The facility was meant to shut for over 3 months for renovations, but that's been halted due to setbacks.
It normally closes at Christmas time for maintenance. This year the plan was to close it and start the upgrade work in January, February, March, but we just didn't have all the matters in place to be able to do that.
The $1 million renovation requires approval from the Southern District Health Board and the Ministry of Health. With departments shutting down over the Christmas break, planned upgrades are at a standstill.
The critical part was the fact that we had to have a lease agreed by the Commissioner, and approved by the Ministry, and those matters are still to be carried out.
The pool first opened in 1947 for returning World War II veterans. It hasn't had any major work since, and now the governing trust is looking to fix the roof, window frames and other parts of the facility. Trustees say the pool is an asset to the community, especially those undergoing physiotherapy, so they want to see it maintained.
Well, we hope to have a long-term future here, and it's now in the hands of the SDHB and the powers that be that we can do that.
The Trust will be waiting at least a month for an answer about whether upgrades can occur. Trustees are hoping to have the work completed by the end of the year. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
A man is in Dunedin Hospital with serious injuries after an early morning altercation in the central city. The 38-year-old man was admitted to hospital following an incident in Melville Street at about 1 a.m. Police have arrested a 28-year-old man in relation to the attack. He faces a charge of wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. The accused is due to appear in the Dunedin District Court tomorrow. A vast collection of Otago's motoring memorabilia is on display at the Hocken Library. The exhibition features hundreds of items, including photographs dating back more than 100 years, and is well timed with hordes of car enthusiasts in the city for an associated festival.
An insight into the city's motoring past. The Hocken Library's We Drove Here exhibition is delving into the culture and heritage of driving in Otago.
I didn't want it to be a sort of a car enthusiasts exhibition necessarily, which would be all about cars, and I actually wanted it to be about life and, people meeting and, going out and perhaps being bad and, that whole sort of, idea of a car as basically being a freedom device. That was the sort of story that we were interested in.
Finlay spent about 2 months piecing the exhibition together with help from Hocken staff. He's a self-described car enthusiast and enjoyed the research, especially with others coming out of the woodwork to share their knowledge.
My interest is sort of general as part of being a sort of cultural historian, but people know in absolutely amazing detail down to the individual owners of cars and who had this between 1955 and 1962, and I just go, I don't know any of that, so it's a pleasure working with people who have that sort of detailed knowledge.
Several collectors and organisations are loaning photographs, artwork and vehicles to the exhibition. They're being displayed alongside the Hocken's own items. It's a timely event coinciding with an international motoring festival in the city.
The timing was exquisite, really. It suited us as well because we could develop it towards the end of the academic year and things are a bit quieter. But to coincide with a major international heritage car festival was great.
The public exhibition will be open for viewing in the Hocken Gallery for several more weeks. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, Otago Polytechnic attracts the highest rating from the NZQA and local talent shines through in a city-hosted swimming championship.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Mobility Scooters Otagos, Mobility Scooters new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers, free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 King Edward Street, opposite Westpac.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warranty fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices are just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, you're guaranteed a treat.
It has no arms, no legs, has a drill in its mouth up to 8 hours a day and still never complains. It's one of 72 mannequin torsos in our new $3.8 million dental simulation lab. The first and only facility of its kind in New Zealand. My name is Nikki Rose Coltolaro and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. The government is planning to host the signing of the Trans-Pacific Partnership in Auckland on the 4th of February. Ministers from the 12 participating countries have been invited to sign the trade deal in New Zealand, ending lengthy negotiations. Opposition to the agreement remains strong and public demonstrations are being planned throughout the country. Once the trade partnership has been signed, it must be ratified in each relevant parliament within 2 years. Only then will the deal come into force. It's expected to save New Zealand about $260 million in trade tariffs each year. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. Let's close the day down 33 points. It's now at 6,081. The Dow Jones is down 249 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against all the currencies we follow. Otago Polytechnic has again received the highest ratings from the New Zealand Qualifications Authority. It's the second time the Polytechnic has achieved the top endorsements, and Communications Director Mike Dell joins us to explain what it means. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
What are the ratings all about?
Well, the ratings tell us really the confidence that the government have, and therefore the public should have, in the organisation. From a confidence, we have a rating of highly confidence for learner success and learner outcomes, and we have a highly confident and capability of self-assessment. So that means that we're always looking at how do we improve. So, you know, we're delighted with that. A lot of work goes in, and this is a reflection of a highly organised, well thought of organisation, and the staff need to be congratulated because it's not one person, it's many people that make these results absolutely possible.
What aspects of the Polytechnic get reviewed in order to get this result?
I mean, obviously it's a snapshot, so it happens every 4 years, and so in that snapshot this time round they looked at a range of programs, only about 7 programs out of 100, and they go into the depth about how well are the learners succeeding, how well do we listen to the voice of the industries, and then how well do we actually self-assess to make sure that we're continually developing our innovation and making sure that our learners are successful. And we are about learners, and that's the key here.
Is the top standard hard to achieve?
I believe it is, actually. If you look at the first round, which happened in 2011, out of the 18 polytechnics, only 2 achieved this rating, and we were one of those. So, you know, that's a good result. Currently, they're halfway through doing the whole assessment again, and at this stage, there are only 3 that actually have got this rating, again, the polytechnic. So this is actually about sustained credibility, sustained confidence, you know, in a highly organised institution.
What benefits will the ratings bring?
Well, I think it's about credibility, it's about confidence. You know, our community should feel well satisfied that they have got a high-performing organisation in the education sector in Dunedin.
Do you think that it will attract more students?
You would always hope it would attract more students. I think it should give students and their caregivers and whoever else engages with us the confidence that if you go to Otago Polytechnic, you're guaranteed, well, should I say guaranteed? To say guarantee that you're going to get a very good learner experience, learner outcome.
Now this is a big year for the Polytechnic.
It sure is. It's our 50th year. So, you know, 1966 on the, I think it was the 1st of February, the Polytechnic was formally established. So it's 50 years in the making. And so getting achievements like this at this time, I think, is pretty jolly special.
What sort of challenges are you facing this year?
Challenges-wise, I think we always wonder, are we going to get enough students in the door? It's looking positive at the moment, so I think they are challenges for us to maintain our high quality. We don't want to just be, you know, get a rating of 80% or 85%. We want 100% success. So there's a challenge. How do you get that extra 15, say? You know, and so we focus on this. So we're not sitting on our laurels. Because we get a high grade, we're not saying, oh, well done, let's just relax. It's well done, how do we do it even better?
Now you've picked up a few courses from Aoraki Polytechnic as well. How are they looking?
They're looking very positive, actually. The transition's gone particularly well, and I was just looking at some figures before I came away. I mean, it seems at this point in time that everything's tracking well. I mean, it's a funny business because it's not until you see the colour almost of the students' eyes, you know, people will say they're coming and then they might change. Others who haven't yet told us they're coming, and they do come. So I think in another month we'll have a far better idea, but we're pretty pleased where we're sitting at the moment.
Communications Director Mike Dell from Otago Polytechnic, thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, competitive swimmers take over Moana Pool, and we'll find out what's on the cards weather-wise for the end of the working week.
Help delay the signs of ageing with Collagen Plus from Silverhorn. Collagen Plus helps supplement your body's own natural production of collagen, giving you firmer, healthier, younger looking skin, shinier, healthier hair and stronger nails. It's restoring your beauty from within, and it's great value. 3-month supply, that's 180 capsules, is just $98. We'll pay the courier charge to you, and we'll give you a luxurious face cream as well. Beauty from the inside and the outside. Give us a call today, 0800 502 402.
Pellet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pellet fires, so easy, so efficient.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warranty fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
The the good oil. It's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's really important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the good oil is all about.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. Young swimmers from all over the South Island are in Dunedin competing for regional titles. The Otago 13 and over championships are underway at Moana Pool, where hundreds of competitors are vying for victory, and local talent is proving strong.
Like fish to water, over 100 swimmers are in town competing for top spots in this annual Otago contest.
We have the Otago over 13 swimming champs on today, so they'll run from Wednesday through to Sunday.
The meet's been dominated by young swimmers from throughout Canterbury and Otago. The home contingent comprises 76 athletes, including many who've qualified from Queenstown, Wanaka and across the rest of the region. Dunedin swimmers are also racking up points, despite having just returned from a gruelling training camp.
We've had plenty of people qualify so far, so it's looking pretty good. A lot of the Dunedin swimmers have just come off a 2-week camp in Timaru, so they're having to swim pretty tired, but they're still achieving their times, which is really good to see.
Many of the young competitors will go on to race in larger meets around the country. Swimming Otago staff say events like this are a good stepping stone for those trying to reach the top of their sport.
Well, the swimmers here, they're trying to qualify for sort of national meets later on in the year. So there's New Zealand Opens, which is an Olympic qualifying meet this year. So there'll be some people trying to qualify for that. National age group champs are held in Wellington, so they'll be trying to qualify for that.
This event's running over 5 days. Young athletes are hoping they can make waves and moving towards bigger goals in the future. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
Enterprise Dunedin is leading a major marketing campaign in Auckland with a 36-page spread in today's New Zealand Herald. It's an effort to entice people and businesses into Dunedin, and Otago Daily Times reporter Vaughan Elder joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
What is Enterprise Dunedin trying to achieve?
Well, basically the campaign's sort of got two main targets. Firstly, it's the obvious one, getting Aucklanders to shift down here and bring their businesses and increase the population down here in Dunedin. But secondly, it's also just about getting Aucklanders to come and visit, which is part of a wider campaign to increase the number of Air New Zealand flights between Dunedin and Auckland.
What aspects of the lifestyle down here are being used as bait?
Well, basically, the obvious one is the property prices. There's huge difference between what you can get in Auckland for what you can get in Dunedin. Also just the good things about Dunedin, like the closeness of the Otago Peninsula, the fact that we've got a CBD which is central and nice and easy to get to, and also the event offerings that we've got at Forsyth Bar Stadium and other places.
How is this campaign being funded?
Enterprise Dunedin, which is part of the City Council, put some money towards it. I think it was less than $10,000, but most of the money came from advertising from Dunedin businesses.
So some people are quite concerned about this campaign. Why?
Well, the response on social media was probably mainly negative because a lot of people in Dunedin, or the people commenting anyway, are concerned that it could push house prices up for people down here and mean that some people can't enter the market. And others are concerned that there aren't enough jobs in Dunedin for Aucklanders to come down, and it could make it harder for people in Dunedin to get jobs.
Well, watch this space. Otago Daily Times reporter Vaughan Elder, thanks for your time.
It's okay.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. The City Council has revealed a new annual plan, and residents can help decide how public money should be spent in the next financial year. Planned renovations at the city's only therapeutic swimming pool are on hold while trustees wait for approval from authorities. And hundreds of items charting Otago's motoring history are on display at the Holcomb Library in association with a local festival. It's time now to find out what's going to be in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Dave Cannon's here. Good evening.
Rebecca, how are you?
Good,
Happy New Year.
And same to you.
We are going, with school due to go back in 10 days or so, we're going to have a look at the education world and the cost of education. We've got quite a major package on what it's likely to cost to send your child to school over a period of years, so it's a really interesting story tomorrow. We say sayonara to Jamie Joseph, who's, as we know, is off to Japan at the end of the Super Rugby season. We're having a look at the lack of surplus state houses around Dunedin. Interesting given the promotion to bring Aucklanders down here and the refugees who are coming later this year. The physio pool, well, you had a story about that on your bulletin. We're looking at that as well. And the wash kicked off this week, and today we did a little send us your photograph of your gardens competition started, and we've been inundated with entries, which is really good.
It's blooming.
It is blooming, and it'll be going for a while now, it looks of things. So yeah.
Excellent. We'll keep our eyes on the page for those pictures. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
It's tomorrow's ODT. Time now for local weather.
This weather report proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's College and Plus.
And here is today's City View. It's taken of girls playing at McAndrew Bay. They're invisible girls. Around the city today at 3 o'clock, 21 for the central city, 22 for the gardens and the Tyree. To the situation, and a mild northwest east stream will blow over New Zealand for the rest of this week, which is quite pleasant indeed. Around to some of the main towns in the Lower South Island for tomorrow, it means nor'westers with the risk of showers in Invercargill, mostly cloudy in Gore with nor'westers, some rain for Te Anau with nor'westers, and high cloud in Alexandra with nor'westers. Nor'westers and high cloud for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, and highs of between 24 and 27 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, remaining fine with a low of 14. Tomorrow and Saturday, we can look forward to high cloud and moderate to gusty nor'westers. A high of 25 for Friday, 23 for Saturday. And finally, to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. Low tide tomorrow morning is at 4 to 10, and high tide follows at 27 past 3. And fishing conditions look good tomorrow, and just around midday. And that is local news for Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.